Okay. I can't really see, but hello. Happy Halloween. I'm playing Four Swords, Palace of Wind. I am Link today. And I'm going to do your reading, Scorpio, because it's your birthday. So you go first. It might look like I'm not looking at the camera. Just I'm getting used to how I'm positioning this. It's all very complex. So I'm just going to look at you. Sorry, I'm looking elsewhere. Let me put my phone on silent. So let's see what November looks like for you, Scorpio. Now, I think the moon is supposed to go in Scorpio sometime soon. Please don't mind my broken bookshelf behind me. I have some people's books back there. If I buy a book from you, it goes there. But some of the shelves kind of fallen apart. Anyways, so yes, Venus is in retrograde in your sign, so you might have had a lot of people come back from the past. You might have felt like you were in a mood to rethink your childhood and maybe your relationship with your family, your friends, and your parents. So we're gonna do something pretty cool. Well, you'll be able to see the cards better this way, even though it looks like I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at y'all. So let's do this Legend of Zelda version. Happy Halloween. Let's check it out, Scorpio. Happy birthday. So you can see my, okay, you can see my deck. So I'm going to use 3 decks for y'all. Happy Halloween. This is my Orisha deck. This is the Legend of Zelda deck made by Deviant Designs. And then this deck, it was made by a witch who really likes The Legend of Zelda. I can't really recall her name. Don't worry, I'll definitely shout her out. So let's see what Scorpios are going through. And I have a candle lit. It's surrounded by cotton. Because cotton was a big deal. And it still very much is a big deal. And it was a big deal for my ancestors. Because no one told you the hero of time was black. And I have citrine around my neck. I bought it from Afropunk Scorpios, if you're wondering. So Scorpios, let's get a good reading for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to take 3 cards from each deck. That'll give me a total of 9 cards. 9 for me represents almost completion. Okay, so now my Orisha deck's a little messed up. I did accidentally spill some water on it. So hopefully we don't get the cards that look messed up. Oops, this one kind of flew. Okay. Oh, I don't read reversals, so if that makes you feel some type of way, I'm so sorry. Wow, a lot of water cards are coming out. No surprise, as Scorpio is a water sign. I remember when I was younger, I was like, Scorpio's not a fire sign? It's like, why would you think that Scorpio is a fire sign? That's me questioning my younger self. You know, me questioning the child Link in me. Like, why did I think the things that I thought? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. No major arcanas for November. That's very interesting. That just means, you know, maybe it won't be as much of an intense time as it was this previous month for you in October. So let's start off with the 5 of Pentacles. You might feel that money is still a pressing issue for you next month, or I really feel like you're walking into the beginning of the month really concerned about money, because these people are walking through. You might also be really concerned about like your love life. Like I wrote a poem yesterday, and I must have been embodying the retrograde in Venus because I totally wrote a sad poem about how I never thought I would find love just because my love life has been so dry, and you might feel like your love life is so barren, so cold, so lackluster and so empty. So you might be walking into the month feeling like, well, dang, I kind of wish someone did come back from the past because there's not really anything going on here, or my options just have me feeling very bare. With the Eight of Cups, I see you feeling this way because you've walked away from situations that no longer serve you. So it has kind of left you alone in a sense because you're no longer in those toxic environments. You're by yourself for some of you. If you're in a relationship, I would say you all are walking away from toxic behaviors in the past, maybe control issues, money issues, because the Five of Pentacles is here. Walking away from bad spending habits. With the Eight of 888, so I see abundance coming to you, even if it might not feel like abundance is coming to you. So the Eight of Swords tells me that you were at some point, you know, you were engulfed by a certain pattern, certain thing. You were very stuck on maybe the type of people that you went out with. Because I don't know if you attract like the same type of people depending on your energy. I think it's about weeding those people out. And for a long time, you didn't want to weed those people out because you were like, I just want some type of affection. If you're already in a relationship, you were like, well, I'm just afraid to speak my mind because I don't want to lose this person because I already feel such a connection and bond with them. But sometimes you have to set boundaries and walk away from things that are toxic with the Eight of Cups. With the Five of Cups, well, this might lead to some type of disappointment this month. Because you're disappointed with the emptiness of things. I really feel like you're disappointed with the emptiness of things. Also 5-5. You see 5-5. I feel like what you had might have been toxic, but it's like, dang, at least I had something going on. Or we had like these passionate fights if y'all were in a relationship, and it ended with passionate love. And now it's just kind of like we've isolated from each other, trying to work on how to establish our boundaries better, and it's kind of boring. Well, I would just keep it this way because you don't want this Three of Swords energy. You don't want that. You don't want to push that person away with the toxic behavior. Um, you don't want them with Three of Swords. You could run across a three-party situation if you're in a relationship, and you really don't want to push anyone away by not being open and honest, because if y'all keep dancing around a problem, it really just feeds the flame. If you're single, you just feel deeply hurt by the lack of in your love life. You might be talking to people, but none of them really do it for you, I feel. And so there's just like a feeling of heartbreak. You might have gone back to someone in the past who you thought was your twin flame or your soulmate, and they just end up disappointing you as well. I would say don't go back to that person in the past. You have until the 8th, November 8th. Some people are saying November 16th, around that 2-week period, to really just go inward. With retrogrades, we are asked to slow down. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like y'all are just really focused on building something stable for yourselves, maybe a job, a career, studying, but you're just very firm. And that's also might be, if you're single, why you feel alone right now, because you're not gonna settle for less anymore. You're just not gonna settle for these people anymore. And it might be a period of isolation that you have to go through, but so be it. Now this card is kind of jacked up. But I feel like towards the end of the month, possibly, you might meet someone who is really your match with the Two of Water. Someone that you feel like you're really compatible with. Compatible, not combative. No. And with the Three of Water, I feel as though emotional abundance will be coming with you. You might be reconciling with someone who has changed. Because also the Three of Water in this deck is like a triangle. You see, these fish are swimming around in a triangle, and triangle represents change. You know, change. If you took a math class, or maybe that's just me or two. I was a chemistry major, so you know that triangle is very important. And also I am Link, so the Triforce is very important to me. So if you just hold out, I feel like that person will see, and it's always the person at the end of the tunnel that'll be there for you. If you've gone through some rough times in your relationship, I feel like that person who is really meant to be in your life will appreciate that you took a step back to work on yourself and go inward, as opposed to just being like, well, you know, it's toxic, but I love it. And it's like, no, that's gross, because that person's going to get tired of you. You're going to get tired of that person. It could bring even more toxic situations to the table. So Scorpio, I would say the overall message for you is that it seems like the worst times are coming out, like they're ending, because you know the retrograde is ending. It's getting out of your Venus is getting out of your sign. And you know, just don't worry too much. I feel like if you can just make it to the end of the tunnel with those who have endured with you to the end, you'll make it out. So thanks for dealing with the struggle camera, and make sure you like it, make sure you share it, let me know if this resonates with you, and have a great Halloween from Hyrule.